morning, everyone. I am about to do the last stretch and fold of this sourdough and pop it in the fridge to halt the proving process for a fresh loaf. We are experiencing some sunny weather again, and it is actually looking like we are going to have some warmer weather again, which is nice. We've had a few days of cold weather, so as you can see, the sun is shining. My bubbly sourdough is here. We do have a poorly chicken at the moment. I'm going to take you down to do breakfast for her. Have to be honest, we brought her inside last night and she is already, I think, looking better, but I'll give you a bit of an update on her when we go down and visit her, because I think she's looking a bit better. So we brought her in to rest in the warm and just give her a bit of respite from the other chickens. I mean, actually, I'm really proud of our other chickens as well, because they haven't been going for, even when we've been giving her like extra food and things like that, they've really left her to it, which I think is a testament to our wonderful chickens. But as I said, I'll take you down and visit her. So a little stretch and fold to gather up all of the dough. I like to do it like a little parcel. Right, now this is going in the fridge to halt the proving process ahead of baking later on this afternoon.
Bluebell is in the shower of the wisteria room bathroom. What we think that she's got is gapeworm, and we're just trying to give her as much Flubenvet as possible, trying to get it in her. She's eating. It's just, as you can see, she's sort of gasping at the mouth. It wasn't as bad this morning. She does seem to be doing it a bit more now. So we've just brought her into the warm, giving her lots of water, lots of food, lots of nutritious food, and just keeping an eye on her as best we can at the moment. Sometimes I think she looks better, sometimes I'm not so sure, but we did take her to the vets. We took her to the emergency vets on Sunday. They didn't actually charge us because I don't know if they knew quite as much as we were led to believe when we phoned up. I think Ali knew a little bit more about chickens, but they checked her. She's not egg bound, and her tummy seemed to be fine, so it does just look like it's more of like a respiratory thing. But we're just keeping an eye on her at the moment and keeping her warm and fed. You having a boo? Lovely. Good morning, everyone. I feel like this is such a bittersweet start to this vlog, because obviously Bluebell is still poorly, and we've brought her inside and we're just kind of hoping for the best. I'm sort of kicking myself quite a lot because I thought that she was okay, and there's nothing worse. You'll know, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that when my animals are poorly, it takes up a lot of my headspace and I struggle a lot with it. So I'm very grateful for your patience with me when I'm like this. And it is bittersweet because today is also a very exciting day. When you're watching this, this is the spring equinox. So at 1 minute past 9 o'clock this morning, the balance between night and day was equal. It was at its most balanced point. I believe it's the Earth and the Sun. I think their equators align, and it's a real pivotal moment into the season of growth, rebirth, energy, renewal, all of this kind of stuff. And I actually treat this time of the year as my New Year's. What I like to do is after Christmas, get back into work, make some promises to myself, set some intentions and that kind of thing. But I feel like the year really starts now, and you might notice that there's some things that have changed. It's nothing massive, it's nothing huge, it's nothing that's gonna, change the world, but it's these little sprinkles that I like to add to my little world on the internet. And myself and Emily, who I work with on these things behind the scenes, have been brainstorming and bringing to life some new visuals and some new little bits to bring you into the world of Lydia Millen and Evergreen. And we wanted to start capturing the seasons in some illustrations throughout the year. So what you will be seeing is the launch of spring, which takes a number of the plants, flowers and foliage that is mentioned throughout Evergreen, and uses them as inspiration and brings them into the Evergreen world. We have new intros, we have new seasonal crests, we have just so much beautifulness, little sprinkles of beauty added to the world that I create here, and I hope you enjoy them. It's just a little something that I like to do, and it's something that we were thinking up, and just that thing of beauty and artwork and nature and the natural world, and really celebrating and symbolizing the seasons. I very much am a seasonal being, and so making my world online quite a little bit more seasonal is wonderful. We've done a little bit of a brand journey with it, and we're just developing what this is going to look like throughout the other seasons as well. So I hope you like them. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And also if you've got any other ideas, I'd love to hear them. You guys always have the absolute best suggestions, but that's just something that we've been working on, and it's so nice for them to be out there. There'll be new story slides, and it just keeps a little bit of freshness. It keeps some excitement for me as well, because I never like things to be too samey, and so I'm always trying to think of new things and do new things, and even if they're just tiny little things, I love to do them. But this season for me is the most exciting. In the greenhouse, in the calendar, I think life feels like it starts again. And so I hope you're going to join me in a little bit of a celebration in this video of all things spring. I actually have a little bit of potting up to do. I've got some herbs that I want to pot up. If you're new here, you might not know, but when my attention is taken elsewhere, my plants are the things that show you what my evergreen heart looks like. If you see any of my plants dying behind me, you'll know that I haven't had enough love to give to them, because all of my love has been focused on Bluebell, and that's always a sad thing. But if you ever see anything like that, you'll know my girl is going through something. She'll tell us when she's ready, and that is basically what it is. So I've got some herbs to pot up for over the kitchen hob, hearth, and I thought that would be nice to put some herbs up there so that they're useful pots as well, after I did my little design up there with the bulbs, and just settle into spring. I also have some new in bits and pieces as well. I've got an order from Really Wild Clothing, which is a brand that I am starting to find quite exciting. I have to be honest, one of these items I was had in my basket ready to order when they reached out and offered to send me some bits. And so I was very excited to see their new collection. They've got some incredible bits and pieces. So why don't we get into it now? Yeah? Now that we've stopped chatting about handbags, now that they're all gone, let's just talk about good old fashion. Oh my goodness me. So this is the box that has arrived, and I've had a few items from Really Wild over the years. Oh, my box is caving under the pressure. Let's pop you there like that and hope that I don't knock you over. So first in this spring new in, so they had some really beautiful tops. So you'll know I love a necktie, but all of my necktie blouses have sleeves, and they were coming through with the sleeveless goods. I really thought that this was so beautiful. This was just a simple pair of trousers. It's got a nice floaty neck to it. You can obviously wear this undone and draped down the back, or you can do it with a really beautiful bow as well at the back. So if you wanted to do an updo and a bun, so cute. So that was the first top. Then they had some very lovely fitted but also quite striking classic sleeveless shirts. Now I love a pair of tailored trousers and a sleeveless shirt in summer. I actually have a linen one from Hobbs that I wear so much, and so I thought having a bit more of a classic cotton would be a good staple to have. And then this really caught my eye. Now I have one of these, I have one of these from Really Wild already. You might remember I wore it at Cliveden, my first ever trip to Cliveden. This is a, oh gosh, Ali's gonna test me now. This is either this is a Norfolk jacket. I think this is a Norfolk jacket and not a safari jacket. But these are so gorgeous. You know I love tailoring, and anything that's got like a traditional fabric like this, and there's so many colors in this. There's a rich gold, a little bit of burgundy, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green. So it's a great versatile piece. I might need to size up in this though, if I remember rightly. No, they don't say whether it's a Norfolk jacket, they just say it's a belted wool jacket. Yes, I might need to size up in this because I'm broader on the shoulders. So I might need to try something a little bit more broad, maybe an 8, I think. But loved the colours, like look at the detail in that. It is so pretty. It's almost got like a cognac in there. And also they had a belt. This is like a really nice conker, what a good word, conker coloured belt. And I loved the simplicity of the buckle as well, just because I thought that would look quite nice with trousers, over dresses as well. I really love a good leather belt. Doesn't have to have the branding on it, not anymore. We're a changed girly. That is a classic, absolute classic. Love that. So yeah, that's my first little spring haul. I also have a very exciting week ahead of me, and I don't know what I can tell you, but what I do need to do is I need to go through my own wardrobe and pull out some pieces of inspiration. Now, seeing as we're talking about the season of change, I feel like it would be wrong for me to go into this season without acknowledging that this year I am going to be working across 4 different design collaborations, and I'm going to be starting the process of my 4th this week. This has been a change in my career that I could have never foreseen coming. I never imagined that I would be designing for some of these brands and working alongside their design teams to bring these things to life. And it has been a string to my bow and an element to my career that I didn't know I wanted to be a part of. And it really has almost like lit a match or ignited something within me that I truly love. And I can't believe that I'm getting to do this with 4 different brands. And there's so much more that I think I can do in this space as well. I'm yet to have a jewelry design collaboration, and I feel like I'm in the space now where I can just put that out there into the world, that I would love to work on a jewelry design collaboration and add that string to this bow, and so many others, like, I don't know, like pajamas, underwear, home. There's so much that I would love to do, and so getting to work in this way has been such a joy. Learning about what I want to say influence, because that's what the word that we understand, but it's not the word that I like. And I was thinking about this when I was watching back the content where I was talking about responding to the people online that were making videos about me selling my handbags. I really don't like that word, influence. I really hope, and it sounds so bloomin' egotistical, but I just want to inspire. Like, if you see something, you go, ooh, I could wear that like that, or ooh, I think that would actually suit me. It's not like I want it because Lydia has it, or I want it because Lydia's worked on it. I want things to be really good so that you want them to incorporate them into your own like style. And so yeah, I think that working in this way has been such a learning curve about how I'm going to call it inspiration works, and how inspirational it can be to other people. And so long story short, I'm starting, it's not with Really Wild, by the way. I should preface that because I know I've just unboxed that. It's not, I would love, but it's not. And I have to basically go through, I've got some ideas, I've got some things that I want to bring to life, but it's very much like the first step into this with this brand. I wonder if you can guess who it is. Who would you want it to be? That's probably a better question. Who would you want me to be designing in partnership with? You're gonna have to let me know in the comments down below. And we shall see if anyone gets it right. Speaking of that, I was just, oh, I've had a voice note from one of the people. Bear with, just gonna listen to that. So that's what I need to do as well. I need to pull some bits out, some bits for inspiration, some bits for thought process, because I really think that my particular style really embodies this brand. So I think I've got a lot of things that maybe they don't have yet that I think works really well with their brand. So I think it should be really easy for me to bring something to this. But it's such an exciting time that I can't believe it. I can't believe my fourth, in 1 year, I'm going to be doing four design collaborations. Like, and all so different and all so intrinsically me. But I get to do this and it's so much fun. So that's what I need to do now, because I'm going to be going on Thursday to the head office to basically sit down and brainstorm. Tomorrow I am in London. What am I in London for? I do know this. I am in London for something tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I am in London for home stuff. So I'm going shopping in London. I say shopping, it's like shopping with the lady that is basically taking what I want and bringing it to life for me. And so we're going to be going around all of the design shops. I'm going to be looking at fabrics. Now I don't know how much I'm going to be able to take you with me, because obviously when this is a personal thing and it's not me being invited by the brands, sometimes people don't want you to do things like that. So I have no idea what I'm going to be able to show you, but it is going to be the progress for downstairs. Ali went this week to look at pool table designs for the games room, and that's very much his project. So he's working with the interior designer to just make that happen. And then I am going to be working on the fabrics and the finishes and things like that. I've just sent an email regarding finalizing the bar and getting everything done for the bar. So it's a busy old week. So I think that's a good catch up, to be honest, a very good catch up. But happy spring. Happy spring. We've got 10 days, I think, from when you're watching this until the clocks change, which always feels really, really special. So I would get yourself thinking now, get your thinking caps on for what your spring is going to look like and what you need to do in the run up to that to have the best spring that you could ever possibly have. Do you need to organize your kitchen? Do you need to spring clean your house? Do you need to pack down and swap out your wardrobe? All of those things are super important to think about now, because for me, spring is a very special time. I honestly feel like my heart sings in the transitional months. You'll know I'm like in autumn, I come alive. In spring, I come alive. I was actually looking at content. I'm verbal diarrheaing at the moment, I apologize. But I was just looking at content from last sort of late spring. It's amazing, isn't it, how the world comes alive. It truly does just blow my mind how different the landscape is and how beautiful things in a different way become. It is just wonderful. If you like spring, I will link my book Evergreen down below, because spring is a very exciting month in the book as well. And I always get the same question, do you have to read Evergreen in the order of the seasons? And you absolutely don't. You can pick it up and do what you want with it so that the season matches the season of your life or the season that you're in your area of the world. It doesn't have to be on this side. So without further ado, I should probably try on those bits and pieces with you as well, but let's go. So you're going to have to hold that thought. I am taking Bluebell to the vets now. I think my confidence was a little bit knocked when we took her at the weekend to the emergency vets, but I'm taking her to a different vets and I'm going to see if they are able to offer any other solution, because I thought she was getting better this morning. She definitely wasn't getting worse, and then I'm looking at her and I'm like, I'm not confident. I know that this is this thing, so I'm gonna take her. I'm so worried about her, bless her. I'm terrible when I go to the vets as well. Even now, I already feel like I'm gonna cry. So annoying. I'm always that person that's like, it's like when you stand up in front of people and you go, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And because you're telling yourself not to cry, it makes you want to cry. Anyway, I'm taking her there now. I'm hoping that she's gonna be okay. Okay, we are just leaving the vets. She's had, oh gosh, I am such I mean, we all know this by now, that when I go to the vets, I just cry for the sake of bloomin' crying. I can't stop myself. It is such a terrible thing. So I think what we've established is that perhaps we were wrongly informed at the weekend. I think it's very difficult. I completely understand if you're not in tune with an animal. and they were very good. They didn't charge us, but what I think was perhaps done was some confidence was given to us that she wasn't egg bound, and she was in fact egg bound, which had then progressed to egg peritonitis or egg yolk peritonitis or something like that. So it's basically like an infection because the egg has gotten, do you know what, so many of you took one look at the picture that I put on my Instagram and said she looks like she's egg bound, and I was thinking to myself, she's not. The vets have said that there's nothing wrong internally in terms of like blockages or anything like that. They apparently had their fingers up at bottom and all of that kind of stuff, but that's not the case. And she's had 300 millilitres removed from her abdomen, which was what was causing her to struggle to breathe. They don't know how she's going to go, but we're taking her home. They think that she's probably a little bit stressed at the moment. So I'm just going to take her home, get her settled, and hopefully get her to eat something and drink something. So yeah, just one of those days where you think, you know, I thought I'm doing everything right, but she has now started to do this, and they were very good there. They made sure that she didn't have avian flu, and very, very good. I have to say, it's not a vet's that I've used before, but they came recommended as good for with chickens, and they're actually quite close. So yeah, I'm quite impressed, in all honesty, with what I've experienced. But I just feel awful for her. I just feel absolutely awful for her, because it feels like it's taken me a little bit longer than it should have done to get to the bottom, and I feel like we were given a sort of vote of confidence on something that actually we could have perhaps had treated first thing on Monday. But it's all well and good. You just look back and you think, gosh. But anyway, now we just have to get her settled and hope for the best, basically. Oh God. It's at moments like this where you're like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I keep adding animals to my life to then be heartbroken when something goes wrong? I can feel her moving around, so I'm hoping that that's her, you know, being all right. But she must have been so uncomfortable, my poor thing. Well, it might not look like it, but this is a vast improvement than the way she was in the car. In the car, she had her beak open, she was panting, she was very stressed. She's been walking around a little bit, helping herself to water. She's had a little bit of egg, spilt half of it down the drain, but she's looking better. She's looking pinker in her, what do they call it? Not her crest, I call it her fan, but it's her little thing over her little red thing. Starting to look a bit pinker. I obviously think that this 24 hours is going to be the most sort of telling with her recovery, and see what the prognosis will be moving forward. But goodness me, we definitely know the signs to look out for in the future for this. But I think we're just going to let her rest. As the sun goes down, she'll settle down most likely for the evening. Even just her moving her head around like that is a lot more. Right, I'm leaving Bluebell to it in the ensuite. She's resting, but still standing up. Standing up, resting generally is the sign of a not very well chicken, but she has obviously had her tummy syringed. She's obviously been given pain relief, so that could make her act quite strange. She's also on antibiotics. She did drink and she did have something to eat. Not a lot to eat, but she had something. And she was moving a little bit more, so I'm just thinking I'm going to leave her to it now until the morning. I've also got a sourdough in the oven at the moment. I probably put it in a little bit late, but never mind. And I thought quickly, whilst the sourdough is finishing off before I get it out of the oven with you, I'd try on the bits from Really Wild, because the tops are hung up and I can just pop the jacket over the top of this. So you wait there for 1 minute. I'm gonna go and try it on. So ignore the lighting. I think size-wise it fits, but I reckon if I took a size up, I would probably need it tailored, but it would fit me a little bit better on the shoulders. Now, a good jacket like this is just, it's such a game changer for when you want to wear something a little bit more casual but tailored still. I actually saw, I think it's Sophie Stanbury wearing this exact jacket. She's a bit of a kindred spirit at the moment with her new horse as well, so I thought it looked lovely on her, but I maybe just need the size up. You can obviously cinch this a little bit more. It's got pockets and looks lovely with jeans. Slightly longer line as well. You can obviously pull these sleeves up. But the tones of this are really, really, really lovely. This would be lovely with some boots as well. Maybe not even these trousers, maybe just dark jeans or something like that. I think you can also pop the collar up. Oh yeah, I do love a contrast collar underneath as well. I always think that looks quite nice. Love it, love it, love it. Now let's try the blouses on quickly. Now, don't judge how I'm showing you this. I've got my comfiest, like, nighttime bra on, which is literally just a piece of comfy material that makes me feel like cozier. It's not even supportive in any way, but I've popped this. Oh, that's my sourdough. Hold on one sec. How is it looking? Yeah, so I reckon a few minutes in there, make it a bit browner. 5 minutes should do the trick. Right, I've got 5 minutes to show you this, but I love, with a top like this, I love the arms to come up like quite scooped because I think it's a lot more flattering. However, you need a special bra, and this has arrived today. This is from a brand called Warcol, and I remember I first came across this brand in Harrods, and basically their whole ethos is like the perfect fit. And this arrived today, and this is essentially a comfy bra that's got a bit of support in there, no padding, but like a really nice cut, but also you can swap the straps over at the back, so it makes it into a crossback, which means you shouldn't get too bad like straps. If not, this will be the perfect bra for a dress that I have designed. And so if you're someone that needs to wear a bra with a bit of support, but you don't want the bra straps seen, but you want to wear something that is a little bit more hidden, this might be a little bit too scoopy. I'd probably go for a strapless bra. But if you like to have straps, if you need straps, I'm designing a dress at the moment that this will be perfect for, but I'm going to try it on with this top. Okay, false alarm. If I was to cross it at the front, I think this would work perfectly. It's perfect at the back, but I need to zhuzh it a little bit and maybe make the straps extra long and cross it at the front as well, so it almost goes like crossed at the back as well. But let's have a look at the top without. So I love the idea of this being just a bow at the back and then tucked in. You can either tuck it in with an outfit, but also you could just do a little knot like this and just leave it a bit drapey as well, because it feels a bit sort of nonchalant as well. So I love that, love this. But you can also wrap it around, which is the way that they did it on the website, is you can wrap it around to the front like this, and you can almost make quite a regal collar out of it, which in all honesty is totally how I would want to wear it, like this with a pair of really classic shorts. Oh gosh, I love, oh, the sourdough is beeping again and I am mid-bow. Hold on, we're gonna have to go and get the sourdough out of the oven, dressed like this. But yeah, oh, I like that, the front. Do you know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of my friend Paula. She loves a good neck moment. She's got beautiful blonde hair and she'd usually wear this in either ivory or black. I love this. So gorgeous. Quick, sourdough. Oh, it's looking very golden. You need to come out. Oh, perfect. I am getting so good at this. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the perfect sourdough, and I even got my cross perfect as well. I'm incredibly proud of myself. Get this on a little baking tray so that it can cool. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting good. I am getting very, very good. I did my cross very, very well, and these designs on the sourdough actually allow the air to escape so you don't get slits everywhere. So it creates a nice design, but also looks very pretty, and it's also functional. That is the perfect crisp. Very, very happy with that. I'm having a bit of a moment with this blouse. I love it. If I knew that it was going to be warmer tomorrow, I'd probably wear this with some nice trousers and ballet pumps and my little bag. It's just nothing like classic white and tan. Love this. Oh my gosh, it's even more pretty in person. Such a cute blouse. Goodness me. So this is very, very lovely. I could have done with a little bit more space across the bust. But that is a me problem, and it's not a garment problem. I just generally always need a little bit more space. But I love the way that it fits on the waist. This is one that would be very, very nice to tuck in. And I could always go for a little cami underneath, but also a little popped collar and a crew neck jumper over the top is also very, very nice. But anyway, I'm going to pop these away. I'm going to go to bed now. Why am I getting dressed on camera? No idea. It's when you know you're comfortable. I will see you guys in the morning for a slice of sourdough toast, freshly made. Oh, good morning. Oh my goodness. Look at you. You made it through the night. And you look so sprightly. My goodness. I did not expect this at all. Good morning, Bluebell. Let's get you something to eat, shall we? Good girl, good girl. Yes, thank you.
Is that journey in?
Yeah, it's actually very easy.
Sounds like when the clocks go forward next week, I think it is.
Yeah, the 30th.
Yeah, and that's when you always know it's summer when you get into a London taxi.
Yeah.
Because the drivers start wearing shorts.
Yeah.
It's like the postman who always wears shorts. Lovely knees. What are you doing at Easter? You at home or are you going away?
I think, well actually no, it's my birthday at Easter.
Oh, really? What, April or what?
Well, I don't know what day it's actually.
I think it's late April.
Oh, so I'm the 14th.
Funnily enough, I'm flying out on the 14th to Madrid.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Arsenal are playing in Madrid.
Oh.
So me and my son are going over there.
My
so
husband.
If you're going to Madrid, I'll see you on the plane.
Well, I'm sure my husband's also an Arsenal fan, so I'm sure he would love.
I'll tell you what.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's how we met.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah, and I was commuting for a year and a half every 2 months.
Oh,
I was going over there to see her.
It's hard doing long distance.
Very difficult. And in the end, I went over with a ring, and yeah, that was it really.
You're coming back with me.
Yeah.
And my husband is British with a little bit of Irish in him.
Hey, sounds good.
Yeah, and
Sounds
he's the type of person that would like settle a dog first before he'd entertain the people. He wants to make sure that the dog is calm and.
Wow, that's a good trait.
Yeah,
to have.
yeah,
That's a good trait to have.
He's a good egg.
Yeah, he is a good egg.
And he supports Arsenal, so of course he'd say that.
He's gotta be.
So, just to let you know, I am in London today with my interiors lady, and we are currently in Soho Home, and there is lots to see. Very, very lovely to see in here. I'll show you a few little bits that I really, really like. Never been in a Soho Home before. Right, I've completely not updated you on what I've been doing. I apologise, and I am now sat in the middle of London crying. Unfortunately, Ali's just called me and let me know that they are going to put down Bluebell. He's there with her, so I'm absolutely gutted that I'm not there. I'm actually in London doing design things for the house, and yeah, so not exactly the day that I was expecting to have. I thought that she was better this morning, but basically what's happened is she's had issues with her stomach, which her stomach has got better, but what it has then done is she's got an infection of the throat, which is called crop, and it's made that worse. And so at this point we would just be like prolonging her suffering. So yeah, I'll obviously see Ali when we get home. Ali's a lot more pragmatic about the situation than I am, and I feel very upset for her, but it's just one of those things. I'm probably gonna have to process it and get used to this, because this is what happens with chickens. But he's being very pragmatic, and he says that he's going to stay with her, but just devastated for her, really am. We literally tried everything. But anyway, as I said, I am in London. We are currently at Visual Comfort, coming to look at some sconces on the wall, and then we're going to be heading over to Ralph Lauren. I've never been to like a proper Ralph Lauren store. I'm trying to keep going, if that makes sense, so I'll probably process all of this when I get home, but I've got a job to do today, so we're going to head over to look at the sconces and then go and look at whatever they've got on show in Ralph Lauren. I'll show you what I can, but this is very much like a I need to get things done type of day, so let's head in there.
Let's go to
Ralph Lauren. Yeah.
So online, by the way.
Yeah. So we have just come to the design centre, and they have a little pop-up of the Bertioli fabrics and wallpapers. So interesting seeing them in real life. I'm trying to work out where they would ever work in my home, but what I struggle with is how white the background is, but they're so pretty to look at. We are now going to go through some fabrics.
That is the chair. It's great.
I really like that.
So let's do it.
Yeah?
I think it's really good.
Okay. I chose this one. And basically my job is to try and get as much green in, and Juliet's job is to try and talk me out of it. We are now in Ralph Lauren.
The lighter is the worst.
I'm pretty sure we changed.
I'm home. After the world's worst day of vlogging. Really, like, was such a difficult day for me to vlog. I was basically heading into London, obviously, to finalise fabrics, choose lots of things. I've got a few little fabrics in here, just some samples from our day, but we basically went to Chelsea Harbour, which I've actually never been to before. Never been into a proper Ralph Lauren interiors. I went to Colfax and Fowler. I found lots of things. It was really good because we were able to tick things off that maybe we weren't able to do without me there, if that makes sense. Because obviously the fabrics are super important to me. I want to be there, like, choosing them and ticking them off and making sure that I'm happy with everything. I also went to the lady's flat that is basically overseeing the project, so that I can just be like, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want that. I went to her incredible house. Sadly couldn't show you anything of it, obviously, because it's her house, and yeah, she's just, it was incredible. Basically like 4 flats made into one singular house, and she was still in the process of renovating it, but so many incredible design features and that kind of thing. But obviously, I've already been crying about it, and I thought that would be our Chinese arriving, Porter letting us know that the Chinese is here. So I obviously had to put my professional face on, because I am there, because I am working with this lady in order to get these things done. She's not my counsellor, and I don't expect her to be. And so it was very much a like, I'm just going to step outside. But I got the message from Ali to say that they thought that the kindest thing for Bluebell was to put her down. And I, like, literally tears just fell out of my face, and I was like, I'm just going to call my husband. And she was very understanding, bless her, because I'm sad that I wasn't there. But I do have this. And obviously this is our first chicken. I think there will be people that are watching this that have had chickens for a very long time, and they'll know that the first chicken hurts the most, I would imagine, because chickens' lives are very fleeting from what I understand, only from what I've read, not from what I've experienced. Our chickens have done so well. Bluebell is the first chicken that we've had that's not been well, and I think there's a lot of guilt because I thought that she was okay, and I think there's a lot of guilt in that because she wasn't. And so it's just one of those things where you're like, I'm in London. London is a place where I never feel like calm. It's like it's such an overwhelming city for me to be in anyway. And all I wanted to do is to just get home and just cry. And it's so funny, I was saying to someone the other day about something with regards to myself. I was like, oh, I sat there and I felt like I should cry for myself, just to, you know, get it out, make sure I'm not holding anything in. And I felt like Cameron Diaz from The Holiday. But the moment that it's one of my animals, I'm like, I can't keep it in. I can't keep it in. I just want to cry the whole time. And I just feel so bad for her. But is it weird to have your chicken's foot framed? Because I would quite like to do that. But yes, I think I'm just going to have a little bit of a quiet evening. Well, actually I can't. I've got a very busy day tomorrow, a very early start. So saying that, I need to get some work finished off and do some editing, and then I need to I need to pick out bits and pieces for tomorrow's design meeting, because I have the first of my 4th design collaborations for this week, so I'm really excited about that. It feels so bittersweet. I've got to get my head back in the game. Just like any normal person, you get up, you go back to work, and then you come home and you cry, and then you get up and you go to work and you come home and you cry. Ali ordered us a little Chinese for us to have for dinner in the hope that, like, you know, we can celebrate her life. And he keeps reminding me, he's like, you know, we gave them such a lovely life. And I truly believe that we did, because they've all done so well and they've all lived so, you know, healthily until this point. And I know that there will be many chickens in my life, and I think that I will always remember Bluebell as the first one that I lost. And that's that. So anyway, before I head down, to try and stop me crying, I just thought I'd show you a few of the little samples that we picked up today. So this is a really lovely green paisley. I managed to get Juliet to let me pop a few more bits of green in. When I say let me, it's because there is obviously a theme, and I've got a lot of green in my house, so we're trying to not make it completely from head to toe green. So adding in different anchoring colours like this. I mean, I don't even think these are supposed to go together. This is actually, I think, for Ali's office, because Ali's office is green, and so for the curtains we're thinking about that. Beautiful Ralph Lauren weave, jute weave wall covering, which is going to be in my office and in the club room. A few little carpet samples. This is actually a trim that we're thinking of putting around the top of the walls. So like when you have a fabric covered wall, it's nice to just give it a nice finish. But yeah, it was just basically finalising the last few bits. So not much to show you, in all honesty. I wish I'd shown you more, but my head was really not in the game today. It really wasn't. And so I'm just having one of those times where I'm feeling a little bit delicate, and losing one of my animals was the last thing that I probably needed at this time. But we soldier on, we keep going, we pick ourselves back up, because I'm still such a lucky person, such a fortunate person. And I'm going to spend this evening thinking of little Bluebell and getting on with things, because I can't sit and wallow in this. I just have to keep going. I have to live on for my little Bluebell.